Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening around the world. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and this is DocStar TV. And today I have the privilege to be on with Jay. Jay is actually the formulator of our Ormus mineral product. Now, there are tons of mineral products out there, and I'm going to tell you something. I will make you another challenge like I do with my products, is you're not going to find another product that is a better mineral electrolyte, higher with more voltage than our product. Now, today we're going to be talking about something really important, and here we go. Are you ready for this? If there's no minerals in the soil, there's no minerals in the food. It doesn't matter whether you buy organic. It doesn't matter whether it's commercialized or organic. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You can actually test an orange that's organic and an orange that's inorganic, and you can get an inorganic orange that's going to give off more electricity and more energy than the organic orange if there was no minerals. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you also didn't know that all your snack foods, all your processed foods have no minerals. They only have chemicals. Those chemicals are made out of petroleum. How does it feel to gas up at the gas station? The reality is that we're talking about right now 96% of the population, and I do mean that, that's an actual stat, is addicted to chemicals and not addicted to minerals. I can tell you right now that I do not eat chemicals, okay? I will tell you this right now, that I will do true confessions. I had a small bag of chips. I'm in Mexico. Thank God they're only small. A little bag of chips because I was so starving. And that was one of my only weaknesses in the last couple of months. I'm not going to break down and be weak. Because understand something, that bag of chips actually destroyed some of the minerals in my body. Just know this, that guess what? You ready for this? When you took your kids out for Halloween and you let them get 5 to 10 pounds worth of sugar, you got rid of all their minerals in their body. You actually started them on the way to osteopenia. You actually brought their pH down so low that guess what? The bad bacteria, the worms, and the fungus, okay, started to grow in them. And then guess what? You're going to actually tell me that you believe that viruses are alive, and they're not. A virus can't jump 1 inch, less 6 feet, because it's actually mainly what viruses are made out of is heavy metals and chemicals from processed foods. I hope you're getting this. And whether you want to believe this or not, what is the most powerful thing to actually create an inner terrain where worms can't live, where yeast can't turn into fungus, where bacteria can't go from good bacteria to bad bacteria? Do you really know? Do you really know? There's two things. One is your foundational minerals, okay, and those are trace minerals. And the second thing is your good bacteria. And most people will buy good bacteria to try to jack that up. But guess what? You ever hear of humic fulvic? Do you know why there's no minerals in the soil anymore? Do you know why the right bugs are not in the soil anymore? Because they stripped all the humic fulvic out of the soil. And in the actual humic part is where you find all the minerals. But wait a minute, Daryl. If you take out the humic fulvic out of the soil, you don't have the minerals. And if you don't have the minerals, the vegetables and the fruit do not taste like they used to. They don't have the consistency like they used to. So if you don't have the minerals in the soil, you're not going to have them in the food. And if you don't have them in the food, you're not going to have them in the body. And that's where you become deficient on, guess what? A, B, C, D, vitamins, and everything else. Minerals are the foundation to make all your vitamins work, to make your antioxidants work, okay? And you can believe it or not believe it, but that is the foundation. What is the foundation of the world? Minerals. Okay, what's the foundation of a human body? Minerals. Okay, and did you know that when you get the right trace of minerals like we have, we can only put on our bottle 70 trace minerals, but we've got up to 92 trace minerals in our Ormus, Beyond Ormus, okay? In our Beyond Ormus liquid that you actually take the drops in, or you can use the spray and spray on your body and take it transdermal, and then also reduce the pain and the suffering that you have with your muscles. Okay? So I'm going to tell you this right now, that guess what? Our product is probably one of the least expensive, are Beyond Ormus Minerals. I'm going to show you today that there's a company called Concentrace. They sell billions of dollars of trace minerals to companies, but guess what? It can't even come near ours. You can't, because you know what? First of all, it's purity, and that's not a pure product. And I can tell you this, that all the studies showed that our Beyond Ormus Minerals had the highest electrical conductivity. That means it's the best electrolyte drink in the world. Forget Gatorade. Why are you poisoning your children? Why are you poisoning yourself? Because you're addicted to drugs, not minerals. Okay? So when you get minerals, you turn off, guess what? The hunger valve. So you're not hungry. If you don't get enough minerals, your hunger valve stays on forever. So that's why you need your snacks. Nobody needs to snack. How would you like a snack? Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Hey, honey, how would you like mommy to poison you with a snack? If you're really good, mom's going to poison you. Okay, let me tell you something right now. Human beings, okay, have been dumbed down through belief systems and through malnourishment. Okay, so toxic belief systems and toxic foods will be, are you ready for this? The sixth extinction of the planet, and that's 30% of the population. I'm not going to get into it, but you'll find out my stats are right in about 7 to 10 years. And the reality is why don't you take a look around and tell me that diabetes isn't the worst thing going on right now. And that's because people aren't getting minerals and turning off their appetite. They're feeding their drug addictions. And understand, when you're filling up your kids with sugar, they're losing their trace minerals. And guess what? Are you ready for this? You're preparing them to become alcoholics or drug addicts. And I just want to talk about that, because if you actually sneak these these Beyond Ormus minerals into their soup, into their food, into their drinks, and you sneak it into your husband's drink who doesn't believe in any of this. Oh, that's not true. Okay, all right. So guess what, Helene? My phone number is 469-861-8884 if you'd like to come on and give me a call and tell me what's not true. Okay? And I'll tell you what is true. I've been at this for 45 years and I do my research, and I'm here to wake up the people that want to wake up, not the people that don't want to wake up. And understand something. Big Pharma is not the problem. The problem is everybody's been programmed to use Big Pharma. Okay, Big Pharma is not a problem for me, because I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that I get these things. So Big Pharma is a problem for you, Mark, because you say it's a problem. Understand something. You need to change because the world's not going to. What do you think?
You said a lot. You've oversimplified the benefits and the processes that minerals are involved in, but it really is that simple.
It is that simple.
They're really involved in pretty much every process in the human body, from immune system function, hormone regulation, digestive issues, brain function, cell communication. So if they're involved in every single process in the human body, you simply take them and they have the potential to benefit you in a million different ways.
Jay, I want you to talk for 1 minute, because I want to show people that they're not just dealing with some quack, even though they want to call me that. Okay, I want to get something. Okay? You keep talking, my friend.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Sure. All right, Daryl. Well, no, as I was saying, if the minerals are involved in every single process within the human body, right? Like I said, the immune system function. But the main thing to me is that cell communication. If you have proper cell communication, everything within your body has that potential to work a little bit better. All other nutrients that we take in, like vitamins and proteins and enzymes, you name it, they have a requirement for trace minerals to absorb in the body. So you go to the health food store, you take a herb, you take a multivitamin, you take any other nutrient. That nutrient needs trace minerals within the body to absorb and be better utilized within that system. So we're not talking about a supplement here that costs $5 a day, $10 a day. We're talking about a supplement that costs 20 cents a day to take this. It's very, very inexpensive. You're simply putting drops in your water, in your coffee, in your soups, And it really has the potential to make the biggest difference of any supplement that you would be able to take in the health food store or buying from, like Daryl and different establishments. It really has the potential to have the biggest impact on your health more than anything else.
And Mark, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just saying your information might be incorrect. We'll never tell people they're wrong, but your information could be incorrect. Okay? All right? That's all I'm saying, buddy. Now, somebody's saying here, who am I? And have you written any books? Okay. Well, this one here is called the Wolf Non-Surgical Guide. It's a course we teach, and it's beyond any body work. And it is. I mean, I could be tested on all of this. It's beyond any body work that's ever been taught. And we teach this to practitioners, lay people. And we teach it all over the world. I'm starting another world tour, which is 8 months, and it starts in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo at the Cala del Mar Four Diamond Resort. And that starts January 8th, where we'll be teaching whole life coach certification, which I've been teaching since I was 28 years old. I'm now 68 years old, and we'll be doing the Wolf Non-Surgical. In the Wolf Non-Surgical, we give a money-back guarantee to all our patients, and we have 2,000 practitioners that we've taught. Okay, 2,000. And those 2,000 practitioners that are practicing give a money-back guarantee that I back up, that in the first treatment, they will have more success than anything they've ever done. And that's the Wolf Non-Surgical. We use our elbow, we pull the scar tissue apart so it becomes connective tissue. And that's what old age is. Next. I wrote the Perfect Day Guide, which everybody gets when they get a consultation from us, which is on sale with our Black Friday right now. And this guide is the most powerful take action guide, I think, on the planet. It's 45 years of my work. And guess what, Mark? If you want to call me at 469-861-8884 when the show's done, I'll send you a PDF file of this free, and you go through it and then tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because understand something, just because we're the minority doesn't mean we're not right. And the other thing is, I also wrote, if you want that, you can go get it in my library. I have the biggest self-care, self-love library in the world. And guess what? You can go in there at Doc of Detox, click on library, and go in there and look at my Healthy to 100, which is a best-selling book around the world. Okay? Now, also when I was 29 years old, I wrote the colon therapy guide from cancer to hemorrhoids, and that was used by the United States Senate, okay, in 1986. All right? And I also run the BHN University, okay, which is from out of Puerto Rico, where people can actually take my courses and start off as a patient victim, okay? And victim means that we just have the wrong programming. And guess what? They can get their doctorate in natural medicine. And they can get their doctorate in indigenous medicine. So that's who I am if you're new to the channel. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm trying to tell you that my information is time tested. Okay, thank you. Okay. And understand, I only mean this the best for everyone. So some people are like, who is this guy? Well, this is the guy who wants you to crack your coconut from the inside out and tell you that my Doc of Detox products are the best that I can find around the world. And I've been doing this now for 45 years, and my heart's in it. And anybody that wants to come on a show and actually challenge me will go live, but make sure you do your research, okay? Because I've come up against the best, all right? And I mean, they've come up against me. I'm not going to come up against them. I'm a lover, not a fighter, okay? And remember something. We need to love everybody, no matter how much their opinions are different. My job is to try to share enough information and not break everybody's bank account. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, and my whole part of in any of this is that we simply sell the most concentrated balanced mineral supplement on the market.
And you do. And you do. And it's better than any mineral product you're ever going to get from the ground. Because why? Because the ocean delivers it better, don't they?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it has pretty much every single element on the periodic table, except a couple that don't stay in solution. But it really has an unbelievable balance. Ocean water is 25% identical to human blood. amniotic fluid, which is obviously the fluid in the mother's fetus when they're creating their babies, is almost chemically identical to ocean water. We have this very interesting similarity to the ocean, and honestly, we feel that's why these supplements are absorbed and utilized by the body so well. And when I'm sitting here listening to you talk about the benefits of minerals within the body, you're not saying anything crazy. You're not saying anything that I haven't read in 1,000 textbooks.
How about this one? Dead doctors don't lie. That's 30 years ago. And that was one of the biggest nutritional cassettes that was ever sold in the world. And all I did was actually repeat what they knew 30 years ago. And I just told it to you. Yeah.
There's 1,000 health textbooks out there when you're talking about health and nutrition. And chapter 1 is usually about minerals.
Yes.
Like you said, they are the foundation. But you're not saying anything that hasn't been reported thousands and thousands of times by thousands of different studies and doctors. There's unbelievable amounts of studies out there. If someone is questioning the capacity of minerals to help the human body, I don't know what to tell you. It really is a settled science, if there is such a thing.
Absolutely. So anyways, we don't just have the minerals, guys, that the body needs to function beautifully, but they have a patented process. He's not going to tell you how, but how we turn these minerals into ormus. Now, if you're really been up on healing, you'd know that ormus works more on a etherical side, not just the physical side. It works on the emotional body in the way how minerals can act. When you take minerals and make it into an ormus product, it will work on the emotional body, which means it works on emotional balance. How important would that be? And guess what? Do you know how many people go to me and go, I was deficient in this vitamin, I was deficient in that mineral, and I was told that I needed to do this or I needed to do that in high dosages, and all I did was take the ormus minerals and then I was balanced. How could that be? Because you only have small amounts. And I said, it's not what you're missing that's the problem. It's getting it in a whole food combination and seeing that our ormus minerals have the highest electrical conductivity of all minerals that we know of. We don't know everyone. And I swear to God, I don't. I'm doing the best I can, digging out as much as I can. So understand this. It's getting the package, and then also you're not going to get anything that is going to deliver this much at that cheap, being 20 cents a day. Now, I've got patients that the medical system calls cancer and I call stage 4 inflammation, and I've got them doing 3 to 4 times the dosage, because you have to understand, everybody, the deeper the hole, the deeper the ladder. I can't give them a 5-foot ladder and a 20-foot hole and say, well, if you climb that 4 times, you're out of the hole. So the reality is I have to give them what they need. And the reality too, if you start gentle and see how you feel with them, and then guess what? After 10 days, go in and front end load. Go in if you want and do 2 to 3 times of what we said, and do that for anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months, and tell me that you are not seeing a difference on an emotional and physical level, and with your digestion, and even, right from your mouth to pooping. Okay. All right. Ivermectin is cheap. And guess what? Ivermectin is a drug, and ivermectin cannot do what these minerals do. Use ivermectin if you want. I've never used it. I don't tell my patients to use it. And I'll tell you why. It's not because it doesn't work when you're dealing with a cold or a flu, but it is a drug. And understand, I don't want to give people drugs. I want to give them the basis of the minerals that the human body has needed for hundreds of thousands of years. Okay? I'm not going to sell ivermectin. I had a chance just before the COVID thing. I had a chance to sell ivermectin. I live in Mexico. I live in Puerto Rico and Florida. And I was in Mexico, and I could have sold more ivermectin. I could have made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I didn't do it. And there's a reason. At the end of the day, I don't want you to rely on ivermectin, because every medical doctor is going to do it. And anybody who knows how much money you can make when you buy it in Mexico and resell it into the States will want to jump on it. So understand this. At the end of the day, I would have taught people that use a drug, because we never needed it. We never needed ivermectin before. And you know what? Everybody's looking for a miracle drug. Everybody's looking for the medical breakthrough. And all I've ever seen is a breakdown. And I'm not telling you that ivermectin shouldn't be used. You use it if you want. I am not going to promote it to any of my patients, because my patients don't get sick. And if they get the flu, which is natural, you only get the flu because you poisoned yourself. And that's the truth. You can take it or leave it. The more poisons you bring in, the worse the flu is going to be. And tell me that people in the last 10 years haven't uptaked, and they don't get a small bag of chips, they get a big bag. They don't get a little ice cream, they get a big one. Tell me they didn't drink more alcohol. Tell me that they didn't smoke more pot. Tell me that they didn't do more vaping. Tell me that they looked after themselves and they got their exercise. Tell me that they stayed calm. Tell me that they stayed calm through this whole thing. I did. Because guess what? There is no authority over me. And you need to understand something. The only thing that they can do is teach scarcity and fear. And I don't buy into either of those things. It's like everything that you hear, guys, everything that you hear that the majority of the population is talking about is a lie. And that's it. So I'll have people come on here, please don't get me wrong, and they'll go, you're absolutely wrong. And you know what? I am absolutely right when it comes to the majority, because the majority of the population does not research. They're so fearful, okay? And they're so caught up in their addictions to their snacking and attacking, okay? And I'm not picking on them, but guess what? I will never follow the majority for anything. Jay?
We're going sideways here. We're going down a rabbit hole.
No, we're not. I've got comments coming on here, and I need people to understand that like somebody commented and said, ivermectin will do everything this product does.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. This is what I'm...
This is the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
You can either make a decision to do things right, or you can half-ass things. And we're all hypocritical a little way. You know, you talked about the bag of chips story, and, you know, I have those similar stories as well. So, you know, I like to tell people I'm 95% awesome and 5% idiot. You know, it happens to the best of us. But, you know, to me, you do things that make sense. Do things that you can do to keep your health, to keep yourself as healthy as possible.
What if
no one's looking for perfection, but
what if you did gentle, baby, loving steps each and every day? You would remain healthy, no matter what they throw at us, and that's the truth. You'd remain healthy. I've proven it. You know, we will do around 50, sometimes up to 60 consultations a week with our master practitioners at the Doc of Detox, because we only charge $150 for lifetime support. That's lifetime support. So understand, we've got enough people going out there, and we offer a money-back guarantee. The reality is it works. It works. These minerals work.
And for that person is that just take the ivermectin, it'll do everything you're saying. I don't know how that's possible. How is ivermectin going to put nutrients into your body? How is it going to help with the millions of processes that are going on? I understand it can help with a virus or maybe a bacterial infection, something. But first of all, you know, even in the natural world, there is still no magical cure. There is no one pill answer to anything. You got to come at it a million different ways. There's a ton of nutrients you got to take in. You have to detox. You got to move. You got to get your sunlight. You know, I wish there was one simple answer like take this and we're all done. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So,
you know, it's whatever way you want to get to the top of the hill. It doesn't have to be our way, as long as it gives you energy, vitality, and you have peace of mind, and life is an adventure to you where you have extra energy left over at the end of the day. Yeah.
Can I speak a little bit about the Ormus in our Trace Mineral Supplement?
Please.
So Daryl hit on the fact that the Ormus minerals are not just the physical mineral in solution, but what we do is we essentially take the energy that these minerals give off. Every substance in the world, from a tomato plant to a desk in your office to everything, gives off a frequency on this planet. And, homeopathy has been very good historically of capturing that energy.
Yes.
And giving it to your body, and your body takes that in, and you can sit and argue or discuss what it's doing, but your body is receiving that frequency and utilizing it, and the body is healing itself.
Yes.
So I'm oversimplifying it, obviously, but that's very similar to the Ormus. We're taking the energy that those minerals give off, and we're simply capturing it, amplifying it, and putting it back into the product. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the physical minerals, and they will help you in countless different ways, but you are getting an energy frequency of those same minerals. And the body does different things with those frequencies. I'm not here to profess that I know everything, why the body does what it does, and I'm sure you ask 1,000 scientists, you'll get 1,000 different answers, but the reality is the body likes those frequencies and heals in different ways. So it really is, I try to not overthink it. We try not to analyze it too much. We've just done this, and it works unbelievably well. We've given this to countless customers over the decades, and people come back with unbelievable results, and that's good enough for us. We don't, like I said, we don't try and come up with the answer, why does this exactly, nobody knows. I'm not sure anybody will ever know. We just know that it works, and it works really, really well.
Yeah, the thing is everybody has different deficiencies, and even those deficiencies can actually be created by emotional blocks and just even programs we run on an emotional level. The reality is we're looking for something that will give us that whole food basis as a nutraceutical. And remember something, everything leaves the body. It's just the energy that something brings in. So yes, you can get minerals from this, you can get minerals from that, you can do this, you can do that. What type of electrical charge does it leave behind? Because everything you drink and everything you eat leaves the body. The only thing that stays behind is the light and the frequency. And we know that. That's actual science. So there's many ways to go to the top, but guys, you know what? It's like this. We're on here today because it's Black Friday, and if you do want to try the Ormus mineral product, just know this is a really good time to try it. And like Jay said, it's like 20 cents a day, right, Jay? If you were to actually do what's on the bottle, okay?
It has to be one of the most inexpensive supplements that you can take.
Yes, so
we have the two varieties. We have the internal product, which you can put in your water, you put in your coffee, your bone broths, your soups. Doesn't matter. It can stay hot or cold. You can put it over a roasting chicken, let's say, or it doesn't matter. The heat will not disturb it whatsoever. And so those minerals are amazing to take with your morning green shake if you're doing something like that. There's a recommended dosage on there, but you can always look to up those dosages in times of illness or times of stress, or if you're really fatigued, you can take more. It's not going to be an issue. There's not going to be any toxic buildup within the body. But also you have that spray, the Beyond Ormus spray, and it is fabulous for the face, for the skin. It really
that's the Beyond Ormus spray. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jay.
Yeah, it really works well for people that have digestive issues. Some people, they'll have absorption issues, and you can probably speak to this more than I can, but their body will not assimilate minerals through the digestive system, through a leaky gut syndrome perhaps, or maybe some of their organs not working correctly. And so if that's the case, if you're taking this mineral supplement or any other mineral supplement and you have an absorption issue, you can take the spray. We have tons of naturopathic doctors and practitioners.
Can I tell you what the problem is? When you take the Beyond Ormus minerals, remember what Jay said and I said, and that's this. First of all, the Beyond Ormus minerals are the highest electrical charge of any mineral product, and then it's made into an Ormus, which brings the frequency up so high. Somebody said about the Ormus, no, this Ormus, you don't have to refrigerate. Most Ormuses, you have to put aluminum around them. You have to protect them against EMF, and you also have to put them into a dark place or even into the fridge. These are so protected, they're so hardy that you don't have to treat these like any of the other Ormus minerals if you know what Ormus is. But the reality is, you got to understand, If I take something that has a high electrical charge, otherwise lots of energy, and my energy is low vibrational in these tissue areas. So understand, people that can say oh wow, that's kind of a lot. There's too much energy. There's too much going on here. Well, that's because your frequency and your energy is so low there, it can't handle it. So I would tell you, don't do the 20 drops. Do 2 drops, and do it 2 drops in a liter or a quart of water. And then you can use the spray. And when you do it in through the spray, it's going to get into your body and it's going to help you, but it's not going to create too much energy. Look, Dr. Wolf, you told me to do salads. Whenever I do salads, I don't feel good. I can't do salads. You can't do leafy greens. I can't even do leafy greens. Okay. But I'm okay with bread, or I'm okay with cooked food. Well, guess what? Everything is about energy. Cooked food doesn't have a lot of energy. Processed food doesn't have a lot of energy. So, we take a look at fresh foods that have high nutrient value. They have a lot of energy. And some people can't handle that type of energy coming into their body. Where a bag of chips, they don't even feel it. Okay, but then you give them something high vibrational to eat or drink, and they're going, oh, this is stirring stuff up. Because guess what? It's supposed to. It comes in and stirs it up. Remember, here's one thing I never want you to forget. And you can use this with any products, because you don't have to buy our products. Just take our information. It'll help to support you. And here it is. If I take something into my body that's higher vibrational than me, it's going to kick out the lower vibrational things that are causing me to be less energy. Do you understand? So if I have a high vibrational thing, everything underneath it is going to get stirred up and being said, it's time for you to pack up and leave. That's why this stuff is so good when it comes to even fungal problems, bacterial problems, parasitical problems. It creates an electrical charge that these parasites don't like. And it's the same thing with heavy metals. The minerals in here will push the heavy metals. The minerals in here will create an electrical force to push the chemicals out. Now, what if you're really toxic and really inflamed and you're going, wow, so just start off with 2 drops, not 20. You know what? I've had people with the daily cleansing tea, okay, they said, I can't take it. I can't even, I say 1 teaspoon in a liter. Don't take 8 ounces. And guess what? Let's go in gentle. It's like this. There's only 20 of us. And there's 200 of the bad guys, and there's only 20 good guys. Well, we got to sneak in the night. And we've got to undermine the camp, because we can't just rush in like 20 guys. We'll get slaughtered. So we have to have a strategy. So we're going to go in gentler. So now we'll use the spray on the outside of the body to get the minerals. And then we'll take and we'll use only 1 or 2 drops. And then you'll go, wow, I didn't even feel it. Okay, that's fine. Just stick with that for the week. Next week, go to 4 drops. Next week, go to 6. Next week, go, wow, I'm good. I couldn't do this before. That's how we do it. When you give patients that have high infection, high inflammation, you got to bring down the infection and inflammation, and you start off gradual, and then you can front end load once we bring down the toxic levels, and then we can change everything. Now, whether you do that with our products or someone else that has great products, that's how this works. Jay?
One other point I'd like to make about taking a trace mineral supplement is that because they absorb so readily by the body, it's critical that you trust the product that you're taking. Right? If they're not testing or this company isn't showing you their testing reports, or if they're pulling from a bad source, that should be of concern to you. If this product is going to absorb so perfectly, anything bad in that product is going to absorb just as well as all the positive attributes of that product. So, in saying that, this Beyond Ormus product is third-party tested for heavy metals, for microbials, for microcystine, for pesticides, for solvents, for microplastic. It's tested for absolutely everything that it can be tested for, all with perfect results. So I just want to make that clear. Again, if you're pulling from a suspect area, and you hinted a little bit earlier about your main competitor there, that should be of concern to somebody, because those negative ingredients, that negative energy, even if the infringing or even if the suspect ingredients were pulled out through the filtration process, that energy will remain. So if you're pulling from a really polluted source, that finished product is going to still resemble that original source of that product. So
what happens
really is critical to make sure.
Yeah, so what happens when you filter out these toxic chemicals, which the biggest company in the world that sells these trace minerals is dealing with, once you get rid of the physical, the actual frequency from those products are still in there. The product would have to be restructured. That's the only way you get rid of any type of the frequencies. That's like people who actually will get water and they will use a carbon filter to purify it. Whether those pharmaceuticals, those chemicals, the frequency's still there. You have to restructure the product. And that's what the Ormus does. The Ormus restructures the product, even brings it to a high level that there's nothing left that's going to do any negative on a physical or on an invisible level to the person. Mark, 1 second, Jay. Mark, please, if you want to call me. I cannot see the TikTok questions. I can see some of them, and it's not because I'm not answering your question. I would have to move the phone. I've got 3 phones here, so I'm not avoiding you. Okay, thank you. Jay?
Technology is wonderful, isn't it?
Well, the problem is that many people have different beliefs, and it's not right or wrong. And the reality is we have to be open to everybody's belief systems. And you know what? I wasn't downing any of the things he's saying. I'm just saying I feel there's a better way for people, and I just want to stick to the foundational things that people really need, like minerals and enzymes and good bacteria. They rank at the top of the chart for everybody. So how you get them, there's many ways to the top of the mountain. I get it.
Help the ones who want help.
What?
Help the ones who want help.
That's right. So what we're finding, like I'd say, is it's really crazy. Even somebody who's not doing a lot of nutritional things, we can see symptoms from A to Z, but we can see those symptoms in a lot of cases dissipate or completely leave. Are you seeing the same thing, Jay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we get testimonials for absolutely everything, right? You could have 2 twin sisters come and start taking this product, and they'll get totally different results.
Yeah.
You'll take them in, the body will decide what it wants to do and when it wants to do it. I started taking this years ago for a bad knee. I was in a car accident. Never touched my bad knee, but it fixed a million other things. It really will. The body will decide when it wants to do it. We're at the mercy of our systems, and everything we do else in life has an effect, and every thought that we have in our heads has an effect on how these minerals will work, just like it will do with any other nutrient. But yeah, everybody gets a different result, and it's not to say if it's not working on me, it's not doing anything. It's doing all these other things, and maybe it'll work on my knee one day. I don't know, right? But it's simply believing the science that minerals are a super important nutrient, and we just take them in every day and don't worry about it. Get on to the next thing. It should be that simple.
It should be. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something. There was a time in history when we didn't need any nutritional products, because the only reason why we need more nutritional products in our life is because they're being taken away from nature. When nature is empty, you have to resort to this. Like I'm in Mexico, and I just drank 1 quart, maybe it's bigger, of beet and carrot juice. But did I put the Ormus minerals in? Yeah. Were the carrots and the beets or organic? Yes. But did that ensure the minerals? I don't know. But nobody ODs from drinking too much water, right water. And nobody ODs from taking in trace minerals. You don't. Your body will utilize what it needs, and what it doesn't need, it lovingly lets go. It's not like a drug that you could OD and hurt yourself. And it's not like this combination with any other supplementation is going to do anything except create a better electrical charge for the other herbs and nutrients that you might take. Jay?
And it's no secret that our foods don't have the minerals they used to. It's no secret that our water doesn't have the minerals it used to. You know, we take our water and we reverse osmosis it, we distill it, which are great things, taking out all the impurities and all the bad things that are in our water and in the city water lines and everything else, but it's stripping the minerals. So if our soils aren't as healthy and minerally rich as they used to be, and our water is all now filtered and demineralized, guess what? We've created a deficiency. And there's only one way to get rid of that deficiency. It's take those minerals that aren't there anymore. You simply find a new source, and you will not find a better source than an ocean-based mineral supplement due to its balance, its concentration, the body's willingness to absorb it and utilize it. Again, I keep saying that word simple. We're talking 20 cents a day, and it really is the simplest part of your day in terms of getting that nutritional requirement. It really is that easy.
You can get your minerals from the soil, and you can get a soil-based supplement, but it's not going to work like this, because you have to understand the ocean plants have actually put this into a form that is more accessible, maybe by 1,000%, than those soil-based minerals. And that's what people really need to understand. Right, Jay?
Yeah. And your garden or your farm that you're purchasing this produce from with the minerals is going to be, your neighbor's farm could be totally different. You could do a soil analysis and get your 70, 80, 90 mineral tested, and then 1 kilometer away it could be totally different. Whereas in the ocean, you're always going to have those 92 minerals and always that almost identical concentration and balance, whether it's the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, all the major oceans will always have that same balance of minerals. Anything that comes in excess will drop to the bottom of the ocean and be inaccessible. So you're always going to get that consistency as well. So in the soil, you get what you get, just like well water. In the old days, you drink the well water instead of getting a lot of minerals. Well, are you? Are you getting the right balance of minerals? Are you getting way too much iron? Are you getting too little of this, too little of that? Everyone's well is going to be a little bit different. Whereas, again, this is always consistency, and that body likes consistent balance. No question.
Do you mind? Yeah, some people are asking. Yeah, our Black Friday sale is on till Sunday night. And where do you go? store.docofdetox.com. And you'll see it there. So, you know what? I'm going to just say this, guys. We're not getting the bang for our dollar at the supermarket anymore. And understand this. Kick in and use the Ormus minerals. Just try them once. And try them for, I'd say it won't take more than 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll find that your snacking comes down, you'll find that your appetite comes down, and you actually have more energy. Remember something, if you keep eating things that are empty, you are trying to fill yourself up. So let's change something in the house, if nothing else. Instead of saying, come and eat, everyone, or are you full yet? Let's say, come and nourish everyone, and then find out how you change psychologically when you start eating things that you know aren't good for you, and you say, hey, come and nourish, kids. Try to say that one. And you're giving them Kraft dinner. Try to say, come and nourish with a processed fast food meal. It's not going to happen. You're going to feel bloated, but you're going to feel full, but you're not going to be fed. Feeding and full are two different things. Eating and nourishment are two different things. So it really is about your health, and get this, everyone. If you want to break away from what the medical system use as stats or statistics, okay? then do something that nobody else is doing. All right. And like we said, you can do the Beyond Ormus Magnesium Spray if you've got any pain, stomach problems, or you can't handle going even the 20 drops all at once. You can use this to start off with. All right. And it's going to come in handy because if you've got a stiff neck or you've got a pain anywhere in the body, it's going to bring down that inflammation really quick. Jay?
And it's a fabulous face spray as well.
Yeah, and it will
Don't
tingle.
forget about that.
It will tingle. So, and also keep your eyes closed. It won't hurt your eyes, but it will burn a little bit because it disinfects. Remember something, anything with a high electrical charge is going to disinfect anything that's lower. Anything with a high electrical charge is going to kick out of your body lower vibrational things. That's all.
Yep.
Jay?
Yeah. So heading back to the skin issues, acne, psoriasis, skin cancers, eczema, all respond really, really well. A little bit wrinkles, depends on the person, what else they're doing and sort of thing. But yeah, just absolutely. So you can use it for pain. You can use it to bypass the digestive system as another delivery system for those minerals on your body.
Can I tell them about skin conditions on the spray?
Sure.
If you're dealing with eczema or psoriasis, understand something. We know that's coming from your large intestine. We know that that was an antibiotic thing. That's a sugar thing. Okay, we know that the bacteria are crippled. We know that the yeast in the large intestine has been turned to fungus. And I've talked many times on this, but it's too deep to go into. I will do that in the next few days and do a one-a-day on it. But here's the deal. If you've got eczema or psoriasis, remember, eczema is just a little brother of psoriasis. They're the same condition. There's no difference. They just give them different names to confuse the crap out of us. But what you do is you take what I have, and it's called a clapper. If you can bear with me just 1 second, I want to get it, because this is important. I'm going to tell you this really works, okay? What you want to do, don't want to tip Jay over. Okay, so what you want to do is, I put this together years ago. It's called a clapper. You've got eczema or psoriasis. You want to clap that until you have a little bit of pus or blood, or you see the cracking going on. And then what you do is then you spray, because you need the cracks to get the spray in, and you spray it thoroughly. You're not going to have that stinging so much because it's so thick and crusty. So you can, and then what you can do is you go ahead and you spray that. You don't spray it once. You spray it every half hour for a day after you've clapped, okay? You spray it. And then the next day, maybe you can clap again, but if it still looks open and the pus is coming out, a little bit of pus, then just do the same thing. Carry the bottle with you and spray it every half hour, just the air. Shh, 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 shh. That's it. And watch in a few days how it falls off. Now remember, even though it fell off, even though it dried up and you're looking good, okay, you still need to actually go in and do things like daily cleansing tea and black gold for that large intestine, so you don't keep the leaky gut that allows the fungus to get into your bloodstream that causes the systemic candidiasis that caused the eczema and psoriasis. And that's what caused it. Okay? Jay?
That's interesting. I would like to see how that clapper works with the spray. I've not.
Jay, using the clapper, okay, it brings on the thunder.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see, if you've got eczema, it's not too thick, but if you've got psoriasis, it's thicker. So it will go after, because the scab is actually created because of the bacteria, and the cell death because of the fungus. Remember, your skin, whether you like it or not, from a pimple to skin cancer, all the way from there to here, is a reflection of the health of your large intestine. So we need to do both. So if we can take the trace minerals internally to create an electrical mineral balance in the large intestine and do the spray, and you got to hit the spray like this. And I mean like this. I've got people, Jay, that have had eczema or psoriasis, same thing. One is just thicker. And I've had them clap until they see a little bit of blood, a little bit of pus comes out, because you're going to. And then guess what's clapping do? Clapping brings everything to the surface. And it also, clapping increases circulation. So now if we're spraying every 15 minutes to a half an hour, okay, we're going to bring the electrical conductivity up so high that anything that is lower than that has to die. When people do our products, anybody, if you buy our products, my phone number is 469-861-8884. And you can call me on WhatsApp, or you can call me on FaceTime, or just, it's a USA phone number, so you can call me direct. And if you don't want to do that, just find the 800 number on the website at docofdetox.com or Braveheart Nation, which is our course and training site. I'm extension 5. I will answer all your questions. I will guide you. You could have just bought like a spray and never spent any more money, and you've got me. And if you don't want to call me, I've got master practitioners. If you call 0, and they're going to tell you whatever you need. And even if you didn't buy our products and you've got a question, we're going to help you anyway. I need you to get that, and I mean it. Okay?
Wonderful.
So anyways, there it is. Internal, external, and never forget this, though. Without minerals, enzymes don't work. Without minerals, good bacteria doesn't function right. Okay? Without minerals, electricity can't go along smoothly in the body. With the right conductivity, you'll be sparking, like dit, that kind of stuff. We need it. And you have no idea how important trace minerals are to the heart. How many people know this? Okay? Do you know how many people are getting pacemakers right now? And somebody will call up and go, Dr. Wolf, I was just at the doctor and he said I needed pacemakers. Jay, do you know this? That I will put them on a dosage of 20 drops, 4 to 6 times a day, okay? And pacemaker is off the table.
Wow.
Yeah. Why? Because it's not getting enough trace minerals. So it's not getting the oxygen it needs. So the heart's gasping, and it's missing a beat because the actual minerals are keeping the pulse smooth and rhythmic.
And just to go a little sideways from that, people that are taking diuretics, blood pressure medicine, critically important to take trace minerals as well, because that is flushing those minerals out of your body at a greater rate. So it really is that much more important to take these trace minerals if you're taking medication that is blocking or eliminating these minerals from you.
Right.
So, but no, that's interesting about the pacemakers. That was we do have a lot of heart patients that do really well on our trace minerals. So if that's what that's doing and that's helping the pacemaker, that's really interesting.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people that come to us because of heart problems, and because I do a course called Whole Life Coach, and in it I teach that the heart is the highest vibrational organ in the body. It never gets cancer, but the main reason why people have heart problems is because they have heartbreak, they have heartache. My heart's in pieces. My heart is empty, because we teach the only way to really protect the heart is you've got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're looking for that from somewhere else. And your heart is the recorder of all your emotional affairs, whether it's with you or anyone else. And we know that the invisible becomes physical. We know that the psychological rules the biological. And the other thing is we have a lot of people coming to us because we have what's called a cardio med bed, where somebody can actually, Jay, you may not know this, have a blockage in their heart of about 93%. And with our cardio med bed in 35 hours, it will actually create a whole new set of arteries inside the heart. Did you get that?
Holy, sounds too good to be true.
Well, it doesn't matter because we have all the science. If people go to bhnpowerpack.com, they'll see what's called a Cellsonic, a 25,000 volt device. And it's always been about electricity. And your product that you have actually put together and you've made actually has the highest electrical conductivity. And it's always been about electricity. Everybody's saying I need energy, and they got it wrong. No, you don't need energy. You need electricity. That's why you can't get out of bed. That's why you don't have the energy to dance. That's why you're depressed. Okay? This is why your heart doesn't function right. This is why your bowels don't move. You don't have enough electricity to actually cause the hostras. Because see, what happens is if you have enough electricity, okay, from your cecum, which is the first part of your large intestine, it will go trigger with electrical charge. Did you know electrical charge sets off the cecum? And that causes, the cecum's just above your right hip, Jay, and it's an electrical charge in there that sets the cecum off. And when it goes like this, they're hostras. It's like this, you know, they look like muscles. And it'll go boom, 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 5 to 7 feet until it gets to your rectum, and then you have a bowel movement. So if you haven't got the electricity to actually trigger the cecum to create the domino effect of contraction all the way around, that's it. So your minerals do that as well. Okay.
Amazing. Really is amazing.
Yeah, it is. There's just so many things. So I take this product instead of iodine. No, you have to take our Infinite Iodine is the only pure iodine on the planet. Again, people are going to be at me, but it's true when they do the research. Iodine is not part of this product. You need to do iodine because every pregnant mother needs 1.5 times more iodine if the baby's going to come out healthy. You do know that. Do that research. Every human being needs iodine every day in their foods. Just like every human being on this planet needs these 90 trace minerals every day. It's the electrical conductivity. The iodine and the minerals are different. But again, all you need is 5 sprays of the Infinite Iodine, you're covered. All you need is 20 drops of the Ormus minerals, and you are covered. You know, you're gonna do, and I would do a minimum of 20 drops twice a day. But if you have a condition, you call me 469-861-8884, and I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was in your shoes. That's it. And then you get to decide to do whatever you want. Remember something, we work for you. And I'm not telling you that I know everything or anything. I'm going to share with you what I've learned over the last 40 years, and that's all I can do. Remember, at the end of the day, I don't have any enemies. At the end of the day, everybody is family. Whether, you know what, people aren't bad. People have bad belief systems. And everybody, if you minded your own business and you actually looked after this temple that is God-given, that's what you need to do. Do not let them distract you over the next, listen to me. Things are going to get a little crazy here, okay? Just before spring, you're going to see things are going to get crazy. Don't go crazy. Mind your own business. Learn how to love and care for yourself. Okay. First thing in the morning. That's called the hour of power. That's where you're going to sit with yourself quietly, connect to source. You know, do some good things and loving things to show your body that you love it. It works for you. The last hour of the night, do the same thing. Slow things down. Connect with source. We need to be grateful, but guess what? Demand more. Demand more from yourself because you have such high potential. And remember something, you got to turn on the electrical energy in the body somehow. It's not all mind over matter. You can't run from your physical body. Okay, Jay?
Daryl, we're here providing simply a piece of your puzzle. It's a big puzzle. Health is a very complicated puzzle.
No, it's not. It's simple. Health is simple. We've complicated it.
We've complicated it. Yeah. So we're, if we're just a piece, maybe we're that critical corner piece. We are just a piece of that puzzle. So, we're just here to help. And if we can provide those key nutrients and allow you to be a little bit better and carry on with your day and, figure out all your other challenges, it's perfect. That's good enough for us. We're just here to provide an awesome trace mineral supplement.
And anybody that actually tries this, if you want to do a testimonial, or if you could write a testimonial for us, and we can share it, because why would people believe us, right? We're the ones selling it, but they'll believe you. So I'm not asking for you to help me sell my product. I'm asking for you to help me sell people on that we really are talking about foundational things that can change their life for pennies, not pennies a day, but let's talk about 50 cents a day, okay? All right? Okay. Jay, is there anything you'd like to leave people with?
No, I just stop complicating things, simplify. That's in nutrition and in life in general, just simplify. Trace minerals are involved in every process. Take your trace minerals. Take a quality one, take them consistently. Don't say, in a week later I didn't notice anything and quit. That's not how you get ahead in life. Take them every day, every single day. Come back in 5 years and people are going to look at you and say, you look good. You feel good, and then you can, I don't know how many people come back to me 10, 15 years later and say, wow, what are you doing? The same thing I told you 15 years ago. I just kept going, right? The consistency is key. You got to keep going. It really is as simple as that.
Okay, somebody's asking, we will have Jay back about every 2 weeks, and that's because, our platform's growing around 20 to 30,000 new people every day now, okay? So, we have a message. It's called Braveheart Nation. If you want to go and find out what the master classes we have, the trainings we have, the certifications we have, you can go all the way from being a patient to actually getting your doctorate in natural medicine with us. Please go check it out at BHN University or Braveheart Nation, and go check out our world tour. We're going to be in Ixtapa, Mexico, starting on January the 8th, and we're doing all 4 courses: the Whole Life Coach, the Wolf Non-Surgical, the Pelvic Restoration course, and also the Braveheart Health and Healing Circle. If you're interested, go read about them. And then from there, we will be going to Barrie, Ontario. From there, we will be going to Kelowna, British Columbia, and then we'll be going to Sacramento, California. We'll be going to just outside of London, England. We'll be going to Australia. We'll be going to Texas, Bonita, Florida. That's just a few places. And I'll be giving free lectures wherever I go, and you can come and come give me a hug or have a seat or come and challenge our theory, whatever you want to do. Okay, we're open, because guess what? There's many ways to the top of the mountain, and like Jay said, we are one piece of that. Okay, everybody is different, and we're just here to serve. Jay?
Absolutely, Daryl. Okay. Thanks for having me on today. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. And I know I kind of threw you off at the beginning, but Jay, when people start commenting, I don't let it just roll, because the reality is when they're commenting, we've got other people on that just want to learn, and they're wondering, oh my God, why is he saying this about him, or why are they doing this? So I have to deal with it right then and there, There's always a domino effect of everything that people say, isn't there?
And you'll never get everyone to agree on everything. It is what it is. It's the crazy world we live in.
Yeah, well, I don't need them to agree with me. I just want them to be happy and healthy. That's it. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And just know we'll be back on, because this is Black Friday, and I'm bringing my key people that have helped me create the business that we have, the healing that we have, the practice that we have. And you're going to find something really extraordinary. We have what's called the Doc of Detox flagship products, and we have about 12 of them. And you're going to hear me say, as far as I know, this is the best that we can find in the world. And then I want you to go challenge me, okay? I really do, because the people that challenge me and find out that I'm trying to bring the truth, okay, those are the one that galvanize themselves. Look, at the people that don't question things are in big trouble today. Do not let anybody be an authority over you. I am not an authority over you. Take my information and challenge it, or do third-party research. Just go to PubMed. Go to PubMed. That's a government-regulated website, and take a look at the things I say. Cross-check them with that and some other things, okay? I want to thank everybody, and just know this, okay? We are Braveheart Nation 321. We got this.